Greetings. Welcome to Little Discovery Corner. Today I'm doing a 5-card spread, asking where the state the viewer is in for the general collective. And I'm using the Wild Mystic Oracle deck today. As I was shuffling these cards, I closed my eyes and I was shuffling and I saw it was a little hazy, but it made me think of like an airplane or a dragonfly, something with a black body and white wings. And that actually ties in with recent readings in which the dragonfly came out. That symbolizes change and transformation. And so let's get into it and see what we can see, how that reflects this, how this might reflect that. So this card is supposed to represent the past, or the past leading up to your current situation, as it ties in with the theme of your current situation. Family card is supposed to mean a card of like a safe space for intimate bonds with either blood family, or found family. Yeah, then you got this, I think it's called a triquerta. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it does remind me of the triple, like the tri symbol of the I think they use it in Christianity, like this, the 3 elements, Father, Son, Spirit, right? So, just 3 elements, and then which kind of makes me think of the 3 of Cups card, which is also of like a celebratory card of bonds and friendship, family, all of that. So this does remind me a little bit of the 3 of Cups card, and it's also a card of balance. This is supposed to represent the masculine. This is supposed to represent the feminine. Anyway, the energy I was getting off this card was actually, was less celebratory and joyful. It was more of one of like a feeling of loss, emptiness, isolation, like missing something. So the shadow reading of this card is more a theme of abandonment, rejection, or fierce or necessary independence, or feel like you need to maintain a fierce independence. So your issue leading up to the present could be an old wound or trauma of abandonment or rejection in your past. Maybe a caregiver was not very nurturing, or made you feel rejected whenever you had quote-unquote negative feelings that you needed help processing. Or maybe a parent left for one reason or another in early childhood, or maybe both of these things, and now it feels like there's a missing piece with regard to family. And it could also mean there's a connection in your present life that you feel is missing, which would tie in some of my previous readings. So the present, I got the Patience card, the crocodile. In the book, it talks about how the crocodile waits patiently, observes his prey patiently, and waits patiently for the prey to cross his path and then jump out and grab it, right? So it's all about timing, calculation, and waiting. And the energy I was getting off of this card was like a feeling at a loss, confused, feeling impatient with your situation at present. Now, the 3rd card represents the challenge you face in order to go into the future you want. I got Defend, and the energy I'm getting off this card was a feeling of defensiveness. Like you might be feeling defensive about something. And in my 3rd eye, I saw an empty room, which ties in with what I was getting off of this card. A sense of emptiness, isolation, missing something. So this might reflect the shadow reading of this card, which says you might be focusing a little too hard on being defensive, maybe to the point of possibly stubbornness. Like if you feel like you're under criticism, maybe take a pause to deconstruct that and be open to constructive criticism. Now, the fourth card represents the future. Now, the play card can be also, like the family card, can be a feeling of safety, of celebration, of joyousness, of letting go. But the energy I'm getting off of this doesn't quite feel like play. It felt more heavy. So this shadow reading of this card is that it can be seen as a call to heal childhood trauma, which also ties in what I was saying here, that there may be old childhood wounds that are keeping you feeling defensive and impatient, and that's something you might need to address. It can also indicate an adventure or allowing new and exciting ventures into your life. Now, that made me think, with all these other cards leading up to it, it made me think of my own spiritual awakening journey, which was quite challenging, quite isolating. My ego was struggling against my higher self, and I was struggling to integrate my ego with my higher self. I did feel like an adventure. It took a few months to get through all the work, the shadow work I needed to do. And it was harrowing. It was not fun while I was going through it, but it did feel like an adventure. So that could be the adventure you need to open yourself up to, is going through the work of digging into your inner self, finding your inner child, and figuring out what wounds your inner child has that needs work to heal. So the final card is the way forward, how the challenge might be overcome, how to respond to it, or the effect of the challenge. So I got this is the mystery card, which is, I've never pulled this one before in my personal, in pulling for myself. I got an energy of tingling, this warm, friendly, tingling energy, kind of pulling. And I looked in my third eye and I saw it was like a ladder and a window, like a ladder up to a window, like a window high up on a wall, like a warehouse or something, and you need a ladder to get to it. Now, this is a card of spirituality, trying to connect to your higher self through meditation, paying attention to your dreams for possible symbolism, and I've mentioned this before in previous readings. Paying attention to signs and synchronicities in your everyday life, like say an article pops in your email inbox about some sort of psychology study. If you feel, say, an inkling to open it, go ahead and open it and read it. Maybe it'll tell you something you need to know about your personal journey, right? Your psychological needs, your emotional needs, something that could help you address that. And trusting. This card is also about trusting in the energetic forces of the universe, and trust that they're actually working to help you in whatever this challenging situation you are in right now. It's trying to teach you something about yourself that you just need to work to discover. So maybe stop and think, what can I learn from the situation I'm in? Maybe what can I learn from criticism I might be getting? What can I learn from whatever's missing? Why is it missing? Maybe the connection I'm trying to make to fill that void. If I'm getting criticism from trying to do that, what can that tell me about myself? So, I think today I will pull. I'll just go with the Philosopher's card. Starting to run a little long. Okay, this kind of fits in. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. Eckhart Tolle. What lessons might my soul be calling in through my present circumstance? Oh wow, yeah, that fits right in with the whole theme. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. And that's what spiritualists often say, like if you're going through a challenging time in your life, that seems really significant, a lot of spiritualists believe that your soul set that up ahead of time before you were born, so you would have that lesson to learn in order to like graduate to the next level and get you. Am I holding all humans as equally deserving of my love and respect? So are you bringing true love, like genuine love from your soul into the connection you're trying to make, and respect? Like real, honest respect. Are you bringing a vulnerability and accountability into the connection you're trying to foster to fill whatever you feel is empty in your life? The true measure of a man is how he treats someone who can do him absolutely no good. Samuel Johnson. So yeah, treat everyone with respect, regardless of the situation you find yourself in, whether you feel unfairly criticized, and try to see it as a learning experience. What can you figure out about why you feel you're missing something in your life? Okay, I think I'll leave it there. I'll see you next time.